Good evening, everyone. We're just giving a couple more minutes before the official program starts to let everyone enter in through our Zoom portal for 2021 inaugural virtual gala and awards. Thank you so much for being willing to spend some time with us this evening in our celebration of business. Okay, welcome everyone to the 2021 inaugural virtual gala and awards of the Truro and Colchester Chamber of Commerce. Just a few little notes to mention as we begin. Please keep your connections muted during our gala presentation to ensure that we don't have feedback during our presentations or the videos that we'll be sharing through the evening. Just also a reminder, towards the end of the night, we will have a door prize draw valued at more than $1,500, and you do need to be present on the Zoom call to win your prize. If your name is drawn, you must be present. So just a little check here. Matthew Mossman, are you with us?
I am with you. Thank you.
Okay, well, it is my greatest pleasure to introduce Matthew Mossman, the 2021 Chamber of Commerce President, and he will offer a welcome on behalf of our Board of Directors.
Thank you, Sherry. First of all, I'd just like to take a moment and acknowledge our Board of Directors, starting with our executive, our first Vice President, Karen Bailey, our second Vice President, Carol Fisher, past President, Ron Smith, Solicitor to the Board, George White, Treasurer, Cindy McLean, and our board members, Julie Taylor, Doug McGinnis, Heidi Sponigal, Frame Grant, Andrew Lake, Glenn McKenzie, Vonda Hazard, Christian Thompson, Phil Smith, and Eric Hanton. Friends, this is really not how we want things to be right now, and there is a sense of vulnerability of how I'm feeling right now as businesses are being asked to shut their doors for the next 2 weeks. It affects me through my chamber volunteer work and also my work talking with local businesses every day. In the end, some of our greatest pains become our greatest strengths. And I believe we as a chamber will push through and support our members in ways like never before. Tonight is different, but I do assure you, no less significant, as we are here online keeping everyone safe in the comfort of our homes. Along with our 2 awards presentations and an address from our guest speaker, this year's gala planning included the introduction of a gourmet gala box. We cannot gather and break bread together over a hot meal, but this gala was planned with a priority to help support local small business, those who have been hit the hardest in the pandemic and continue to struggle as they find new ways to meet customer demands. Through the generosity of our sponsors, we have been able to support more than 30 local and Nova Scotian businesses. We are truly grateful for the support and partnership of Wilson's Heating, Community Credit Union, BDC, Truro Colchester Partnership for Economic Prosperity and the Northern Connector, Masstown Butcher Shop, Masstown Creamery, Aero Drone Visuals, Fox Harbor Resort, and Explore Central. Without you, tonight would not have been possible, so thank you. And as Sherry mentioned off the top, a reminder, our door prize draw will be done at the end of the evening, and you must be present to win. The prize is a stay and play golf and spa package with Fox Harbor, including a gift basket of North Shore goodies, a $100 gift certificate at Cape Cliff Dining Room, 2 $100 spa certificates, a round of golf for 2, and a world-class course, and a one-night stay at the resort. So good luck, everyone. Over a year now with COVID-19 in our lives, we've become accustomed to riding the wave for which it presents. And this wave is higher than it has been in our province in quite some time. But we must come together and forge ahead. We have supported each other, and I believe this helps make the Chamber more relevant and important than ever. Over the last year, the Chamber has been there to help guide business through the sometimes murky waters of procedure, protocol, and assistance from our various levels of government. Businesses asked for help, and we listened. And if today is any indication, we will keep listening. In the past year, we have helped provide COVID-19 protocol signage for business. We've helped businesses navigate through various political assistance programs the federal and provincial governments have to offer. We've launched our e-commerce program for businesses to help take the next step, as we know walk-in traffic now means 2 different things. And of course, various marketing campaigns promoting local and Colchester County. I don't need to tell any of you how vital local business is, but I do believe we want to continue to support one another, support our area, and know your Chamber is here in our 131st year supporting you, our members. And if you feel one of your business neighbors could use that support as well, please ask them to call our Chamber office. As one of our wonderful staff, I know they're willing to take your call. As a community and business community, we have helped level out the spread of COVID-19 before. We will do it again. And now I'd like to turn it over to past President Ron Smith, who will now introduce our mayors.
Everyone, and welcome and thank you, Matthew. First, I want to begin by acknowledging how difficult the past year has been on so many of our members and our volunteer board of directors and business community at large. Our community, our members and volunteers have personally suffered deep losses during this time. The rising number of COVID-19 cases has many on edge, hoping for a swift decline as more restrictions are implemented daily. We know our community is doing its part, and our Chamber is here to support you. We also know many of our businesses are stepping up and proactively making decisions to deep clean, close temporarily, move services online, and send workers home to protect our community. Many of you joining us tonight have taken your first vaccinations, and we thank you for that. We know our community has changed, and we will continue to change as we navigate the pandemic. The Chamber has served this community more than a century and is poised to weather this storm with you and all of our partners. As the local voice of business, the Chamber values its many partnerships and relationships with all levels of government, especially those we work with most closely at the municipal level. Tonight, the Chamber is pleased to welcome Christine Blair of the municipality of the County of Colchester and Bill Mills, Mayor of the town of Truro, bringing messages to the business community.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Christine Blair, Mayor of the Municipality of Colchester. I'm pleased to welcome each of you to the Truro and Colchester Chamber of Commerce virtual Gala and Awards for 2021. This is not the usual way that we would typically come together to celebrate such an event, but it's certainly fitting to how our business community has had to adapt to this past year. Whether you are receiving an award or not this evening, you are all to be commended for your tenacity and perseverance, not only for adapting to an ever-changing business environment in response to public health regulations. That in itself is a remarkable achievement, but for also managing the immense stress and emotional toll that our region in particular has experienced this past year. It is appropriate, however, that this event be held at this time of year. Spring is a time for renewal, for rejuvenation, for brighter days, and for optimism. I believe this gala and awards celebration is fitting to the season and will inspire and re-energize us all. I hope you enjoy tonight's musical guest, Jackie Putnam, and guest speaker, Vonda Hazard. We are very fortunate to have them here with us. I would like to congratulate all of tonight's award winners and also extend a special thanks to Chamber staff, to Sherry, Chelsea, Jessica, I'm sure each of you were involved, and to the Chamber Board and volunteers for organizing this event. The Municipality of Colchester values its partnership with the business community. We appreciate the opportunity to offer you greetings and congratulations and to wish you all the very best for a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Bill Mills. I'm Mayor for the town of Truro. It's my pleasure today to be here to wish congratulations and best wishes to the Truro District Chamber of Commerce, established in 1890, celebrating their 131st birthday this year. And I do want to say that I appreciate all the work that the Chamber does, all the members. And I don't have to tell you, you already know, we've gone through an extremely difficult year. And for all the I guess you could say doom and gloom that was predicted. I can remember at a meeting in November of last year, and there was a fear that many businesses would have to shut down come the first or the end of February, and that didn't happen. And I think that didn't happen for a reason, because of what we have in our community in the form of Truro District Chamber of Commerce and its members. I was just looking over some of the things that the Chamber is involved with. Live local and spend local, two of my favorite terms. Also, Explore Central, the work that Chamber and DTP have done along with our municipal partners, Millbrook First Nations, to make sure that people are aware and of what we have in this area, and also attract them to come here to visit, also live, work, and play. Also working with the area with Partnership for Economic Prosperity. And of course, I don't have to say, most of you know, the Chamber has been pivotal in bringing that to fruition. And I guess you could say being a little bit of that extra push to municipal units to get it on and to make sure that we do it right, and also everybody's engaged. And that has happened. Also, doctor-physician recruitment. The Chamber has again been there with the municipal units and the medical profession to make sure that we attract new doctors to this area to practice. And of course, many of us can say that some of us are fortunate to have a doctor. I'm among one of them that does not have a doctor, along with my family, and we want to get this thing fixed. We'll only do that with cooperation and the proper pressure from the area to make sure the province understands what we're up against. One of the things I've been thinking about when it comes to Truro and District Chamber of Commerce, in the middle of the night the other night, the word confidence was one that kept ringing through my mind. And I think that pretty well explains what the Chamber of Commerce is all about, invoking confidence in this area as a place to invest, as a place to do business, as a place to learn, and a place to share everything that we have. And I can tell you that over the years, over the last 25 years, we've seen some tremendous changes in our area, and all of our partners have certainly participated and encouraged us in that area, and we see the results of what we have today. For the business community, particularly young entrepreneurs, we have the Learn and Lunch or Lunch and Learn program. We also provide information through the chamber and direction for business, and also, most importantly, education for young business people on how to go around the different things that make business such a fun thing and a challenge to do. So I just want to end by saying thank you very much to the Truro and District Chamber of Commerce and its members for making what was a difficult year into, a pretty good year in a lot of ways. We discovered and learned things that we never thought possible. And I can tell you probably last year, around the new year, we weren't even thinking of engaging or going into the waters that we sailed through the last year. So again, congratulations on behalf of Truro Town Council and the citizens of Truro. We appreciate it very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mayor Blair and Mayor Mills, for your warm words of support for our chamber and the business community. It goes without saying, with planning a virtual gala and some of the logistics involved in that we did pre-record a number of interviews and the awards presentations as well, so that they could all be done in a safe manner to bring these messages collectively to our business community together in as safe a possible way. So again, thank you so much for your kind words. Tonight, we are pleased to showcase one of our members who will be providing musical entertainment to you. Jackie Putman is a country pop artist and singer-songwriter from the DeBert area. Having spent her early adult years on the local singer-songwriter circuit, she dedicated herself to life's responsibilities with a full-time career as an administrative assistant and raising a family. Then in 2018, she re-emerged to share her music in a huge burst of energy, creativity, and inspiration. This local musician is now working on recording her debut EP, The Phoenix, and is continuing to focus on writing and releasing new singles to showcase her dynamic range. Her song, I'll Be Right Home to You, which she will be performing tonight, was released as an online tribute to the province of Nova Scotia shortly after April 18th and 19th tragedies in Colchester County. It is currently number 13 on the Canadian Indie Country Countdown.
When the time comes to say goodbye, promise me that you won't cry. I promise you that I won't die in your arms tonight. The time has come, love fades away. One more shattered dream
That was just beautiful. And I don't know how we do it other than maybe we can have a virtual clap, and I can see some putting the hand clap emoji up on their screen. So thank you. That was just wonderful. At this time, I would like to conduct our past president presentation. Ron Smith has been at the helm the last 2 years as president of our chamber, and of course, mostly through a pandemic. Ron's steady hand and demeanor has helped our chamber through the ever-changing landscape of COVID-19 and what it means to local businesses. Ron is just so knowledgeable in regards to our area, and his experience has provided the chamber a wealth of knowledge. I look forward to Ron's expertise as he takes on the role as past president. And most importantly, I am proud to have gotten to know you, Ron, and call you a friend. I'd like to call on our executive director, Sherry Martel, to present Ron with his award tonight. And the award says, in sincere appreciation and recognition of outstanding leadership and dedicated service to the Truro and Colchester business community during his term as president, 2019 and 2020. Thank you, Ron.
Wonderful. And again, thank you, Ron, so much for your dedication to the chamber, and thank you for being here tonight to help us with our gala. So tonight we will welcome our guest speaker, Vonda Hazard, owner of Novelty, one of our favorite coffee places in town, based in Truro. This local entrepreneur will share her story, her personal journey, as she and her staff and family navigated through the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020, and it continues today, along with facing personal tragedy and finding the strength to rebuild from the ashes.
I so appreciate the Chamber asking me to be a part of this today. It's exciting to be a part of a virtual gala and new challenges in 2021. So I'm glad to be here with you in this way. My name is Vonda Hazard. I'm the owner of Novelty Bookstore Cafe. We've been in business for just a little over 6 years. And I came to being the owner of Novelty Cafe kind of on its own. It came to me. I didn't become an entrepreneur until later in my life. So in my mid-40s, I had the opportunity to own this business and went for it, grabbed it, and ran with it. So it's been an exciting journey. I have no education in business, no experience as an entrepreneur, so certainly felt in over my head really quickly, but also really quickly felt the support of the business community here in Colchester County. And within our first couple of weeks of being open, we had other businesses come and stop by and visit us and say hello and welcome us to the business community and support us. And they would share our social media posts. They would recommend us to their customers. And it was just such a fantastic experience to feel so supported within the business community so very quickly. And I was always looking to learn more about owning a business and what to do as a business owner. And I grabbed every book I could find and watched every YouTube video I could find, and quickly found this really cool resource within our community of education within Nova Scotia Workplace Education, and took part of those. That was a lot supported through Noble and through CBDC and through the Chamber, and also found that there was all these really cool lunch and learn things and breakfast teaching moments. And so quickly grabbed onto as many of those as I could. And the fantastic education was just bar none. And then the extra perk was getting to be able to make all these connections with other business owners. And so it was really, really encouraging to know that I had a long list of names that I could call at any time to say, help, I don't know what to do. And so many business owners were just quick to say, yes, absolutely, answered my phone calls at all different times of the day and were able to share all of their wealth of information. And I really felt that that's something that is unique and special within Colchester County, that the business community really supports one another, really is there for one another, encourages one another. And it's just such a fantastic community to be a part of. And I'm so honored and pleased and proud to be a part of this business community. They say when you own a business that you should, every day feels like you're 50% beyond excited with your life and 50% scared poopless about your life. And certainly when COVID hit, I think we all lost the 50% excitement and we all went to 100% just scared to death. All of us collectively didn't know what to do, what to expect, where to go. And again, quickly felt the support of those business owners. We knew we were all in this together. We all were experiencing the same thing together, the same fears together, and began to support one another. And people started forming social media groups to just kind of help each other out and figure out issues that rose. There were Zoom meetings of business owners that were meeting every week just to encourage one another and to help each other. And again, just to experience this amazing support that was happening and to see other things like the Chamber and Downtown Truro and other business support groups saying, how can we help? What can we do? And we certainly all felt supported and united like we'd never been before. There was, whether we were competition or not, didn't matter. We were here to support one another and to watch our businesses get through this and come on the other side of this. Very quickly, we realized this was not going to be a few weeks at home last March. Remember when we thought we might just be home for a few weeks and we would get back to normal? I don't think any of us would have guessed that over a year from then we would still be dealing with this. And we quickly realized, okay, so we're all able to cope with the big things. It's, you know, the loss of the job, our jobs, loss of income, loss of some of the family connection. We were all in that together and we found ways to cope with that. The surprise that I found for myself was how much I missed the little things. The fact that when I ordered my groceries online, I didn't get to pick out my apples, but somebody else picked out the apples and they weren't the apples I would have picked. Little tiny things that were part of what we just took for granted in life. Those were the things that kind of took you by surprise and really felt like a gut punch at times, where it just became so frustrating. And we realized there was a way that we could maybe bring some of the little perks of our life that we were missing to our customers. And one of the things that's part of so many people's routine is stopping in on the morning and grabbing a coffee and a scone or an oat cake. And so we said, how can we bring those little treats, those little things to people's lives in their homes? And so we sat together, drew up a business plan of what it would look like if Novelty became a bakery. We had never had a bakery, never offered any of our baked goods as bakery items. They were just an add-on to your coffee. So we had to try to figure out what that looked like, the whole thing of a business plan. How do you do pricing? How do you figure out your costs? How do we get all of this together? And so we sat down. There was myself and my husband and my daughter, who was 16 at the time. She was home alone doing nothing, so we dragged her along in this experience with us. And we also had our baker manager. It was a single lady who lived alone, and so she didn't have anybody that she was isolating or bubbling with. So we brought her into our family bubble, and she's now seen the dark side of all that hazard family, and she's now officially a hazard. And we figured out how we could do it. So we had nothing to lose. It seemed like a low risk for us. Let's give it a try. In the really cool thing that happened almost immediately was that people were not ordering baked goods for themselves. They were ordering baked goods for loved ones in their life that they missed and they wanted to reach out to. Sometimes it was just a neighbor that they hadn't seen in a while. Sometimes it was somebody from far away. We had someone from New Brunswick order treats for a friend here every single week. And it was random different things, and it was so much fun to surprise that family every week with different treats. And so it was really cool to be a part of that kindness that started to spread. And certainly through COVID, I think the best thing that's come out of it is we've learned how important it is to be kind to one another. And that Novelty got to be a part, we got to be a conduit of that kindness throughout the community. And it was a highlight of our experience in the business world. We would bring cupcakes to someone's door, nicky knock on their door, run back 6 feet, wait for them to come to the door and just say, surprise, somebody sent you cupcakes today. And usually it was anonymous, and it was just really, it was fun. It brought a lot of joy to our lives as we got to participate in that. And then the next thing that popped up was people wanted to take care of our essential workers. People appreciated that although they were home, essential workers were really putting their lives on the line, and they were going out and working every single day. And people wanted to support them. And so they started to call us and say, can you provide a coffee break to different people? So it might have been the workers at the grocery store, people in the hospital, ambulance drivers, firefighters. It was all different people working in nursing homes, and other businesses that were actually closed down and had no revenue at the time were calling and saying, we would like to purchase a coffee break for this business that's still running. And it was really encouraging to see the community rise up like that, to watch the business community again come and support one another. Even the businesses that weren't operating at the time were there to say, look, we're home, but we recognize that a lot of our friends are still out there and their businesses are still running, and how can we support them? And so that was just a real highlight of my life. It's one of the things that I will never forget, and it's a highlight of one of the top experiences that I've been able to be a part of, and so excited to be a part of that. It was really a neat time. Certainly saw the very best of the human race come forward in the middle of the darkest times of those first few months in COVID. And then on September 13th, on a Sunday evening, I had just gone to bed, and I got a phone call from a friend who said, do you know that Novelty's on fire? And I did not. And I thought she meant, there might have been a little smoke coming from the building, or maybe some kids had lit fire to a garbage can outside. And then she sent me a picture, and I saw the flames lapping out of the ceiling, and thought, oh no, this is not that. And so my husband was still up. He was downstairs watching TV, and I just ran down and couldn't get any other words out except for Novelty's on fire. And I showed him the picture on my phone. So he jumped up and said, I'm going straight there. You get yourself ready. Tell our daughter that you're leaving. Come and meet me there. I'll go right now. I'll be there as quick as I can. And by the time he got there, he called me and said, don't come here. You don't need to see this. There's absolutely nothing you can do here. Just stay home. So I watched the fire with most of you in the same way online. I watched all the videos and photographs pop up on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. And I was just up all night just searching for more information. People sent me all the pictures that they were taking and videos they were taking, updates from my husband. So that's how I observed the fire. Really didn't have any emotion at the time. I just kind of went into shock. There was no thought process of where do we go from here, what's next. It was just kind of numbly watching the evening go by. I don't think I even thought to contact the morning crew that were coming in at 7 a.m. and say, don't show up, don't show up. There's no place for work. But I think they got the same, they got the news. So my husband came home probably around 4 or 5 a.m. and we dozed off for a little bit that morning and woke up to a phone call from a fellow business owner just across the street from us. And he had not seen all the news over the night on his phone, so he drove up to work and saw our building and quickly called me, and just the emotion in his voice and that phone call. I hadn't told my family, I hadn't told anybody what had happened. I hadn't really spoken to anybody except myself and my husband, so no one really knew outside of our own community. And his phone call was just, oh my God, Vonda, what can I do? This is devastating. What can I do? What can I do? Oh my goodness. And for me, for a quick moment, I had the thought of, why is he so sad? This is my business, not his business. What is this? And it was the first person who expressed to me that they were grieving the loss of novelty in much the same way I was. And then when he hung up, I looked at my phone, and just in those couple hours, my email and all my messages and texts were just filled with comments from this community who was grieving with me. And people just saying, we're so sorry, we can't believe this has happened. What can we do? And I just felt really quickly just the support that my first thought, when we first thought, what do we do? My very first thought was, of course we'll rebuild. Of course we'll come back. And I have a lot of people ask me, where do you get that determination? Where did that sense of resilience come from? And I can say it wasn't anything. It wasn't anything within me. It was this community who very quickly, in the first moments, let me know, we're here for you, we love novelty, and we want to see this rebuild. And my husband and I say frequently, we never once cried over the loss of novelty. We cried many times over the love and the letters and the support. We were never overwhelmed with grief. We were constantly overwhelmed with love and support. And it just lifted us up and carried us through every single moment of this experience. My daughter wanted to see the building, so in the morning, she took the morning off school and we brought her over, and on our way there we were talking, and she had really blossomed throughout COVID. She was dealing with the grief of what she was losing through COVID, her time with her friends, her school year, her basketball team, and she had been experiencing this amazing outpouring of kindness and love as we were delivering baked goods throughout Colchester County. She was a part of that and experienced that, and we really saw her become just a better person through that experience. And as we were driving, she was saying, I just can't believe that novelty's gone. Like I can't believe novelty's gone. And we were standing there in the street, kind of looking through from the barrier, trying to pick out things that we recognized in the ashes. And people started to stop as they were driving by. And they would just roll down their window and yell out, we're so sorry, we're here for you, let us know what we can do. And people walking by would stop and say, and just say, oh my God. And even though we were in COVID, people hugged us. And we were totally okay with that. People hugged us, people said, and we're here for you, we love you, anything we can do, we're here for you. Like, this has to come back. Let us know how we're going to bring novelty back. And I remember just that realization that the building of novelty was gone, but the spirit and the community of novelty was more alive and stronger than it had ever been. And we had that conversation together as a family, standing there and saying, oh, we're going to be okay. Novelty is going to come back. Novelty is not gone. There was a building, but this community that supported and rallied around novelty was so much bigger than the building. And we knew that we hadn't just built a business, but we had built this community of support and love around us. So presently, we're operating out of the Truro's Farmers Market. They have been so generous and kind to us. We are very obnoxious roommates, and they are so kind to us. So we're operating over there while we renovate our new spot. So we had been on the corner of Prince and Pleasant Street at 604 or 622. And now we're going to be on the other corner of Prince and Pleasant Street at 604. So we're renovating that, getting ready for that. And really quickly, as people realized that we were going to, our plans were starting to come together, people and customers started to message me and say, oh my gosh, when you guys reopen, you have to do a Phoenix chalkboard. We are known for really cool chalkboard menus. And my husband's an amazing artist who draws all of these really cool things on our chalkboards. And they said, well, your next menu has to be, you're the Phoenix rising from the ashes, like you will come back. And we are, it's definitely going to be a huge part of 604 is this thought of the Phoenix rising from the ashes. And so we're excited as we start to put that together. And I think what we've realized is that throughout COVID, it's the acts of kindness that make every tragedy, anything, no matter what we face, we all know now that we can make it through anything when we just support one another, show kindness to one another. And if you're a business owner and we're still in the thick of this, that know that your business is not just a service that you're offering to this community, but that you actually are a part of the fabric of this community, that what you offer to this community is a human touch, you offer kindness, and that your customers notice. Sometimes we're so busy with all the details that come with running a business, and it can feel so mundane and so much pressure with finances and staff and all the other things that you don't really realize your customers notice. They notice that little extra bit of kindness and service that you offer them. And I truly believe that as we go forward into 2021, that not just Novelty, but all of downtown Truro, all of the town of Truro, all of Colchester County, all of Nova Scotia, we are all going to rise like a phoenix out of these ashes, and we are going to be stronger and we're going to be better than ever. We've come to rally together. We're tighter together. We've made it through this tragedy together, and we are going to be better than ever. And I'm so excited for what the future brings for all of us together. Thank you.
Well, Vonda, thank you very much for what you had to say. We really can't say enough about your resilience, your journey, and what you've gone through, and what the business community and the local community has gone through with you and the support that they've shown. And I don't think I've ever heard a story that highlights or illustrates those points better. So I thank you. I will now laugh and cry at the same time, but anyway, there we go. So thank you very much. Now, folks, we're going to move into the awards presentations for this evening, and we want to share that due to public health restrictions, these awards were previously presented, observing all the necessary precautions. Before I introduce the folks giving out the awards, just like to hope that everybody's dug into their Gala boxes. There's a tremendous number of treats in there. I wasn't allowed to have any of mine yet, but soon I'll be off the camera, and I hope you're enjoying them. And thank you again to all the sponsors. I would now like to welcome Michelle Bursey, Senior Account Manager with BDC, to present our Business Person of the Year Award.
Hello, I'm Michelle Bursey of the BDC, which is the Business Development Bank of Canada. The BDC Business Person of the Year Award acknowledges a founder, owner, CEO, president, or manager who has achieved significant success in his or her business, showing strong leadership skills and business acumen contributing to the growth of the business. The recipient has made outstanding contributions to the community, has an innovative spirit, and has demonstrated positive social and/or economic impact on the region while creating new employment opportunities. This year, we are pleased to honor the contributions of Karen Bailey of Elegant Steps. The community-minded entrepreneur began her business journey in the fall of 1992, opening Elegant Steps footwear store on English Street. She quickly outgrew the original location and moved to a second one a couple of doors down. Then, in 2004, she expanded into a third location on the opposite side of the street at 58 Inglis, drawing customers from across the Maritimes. This expansion allowed for the addition of full clothing lines to dress women from head to toe, including many Canadian-made brands, accessories, and prom needs. In October 2017, Karen expanded her product line again, adding the Merle Norman skincare and cosmetics line, and branched out to new markets by opening a second location in the fall of 2019, a discount and consignment store in New Glasgow on Archimedes Street. Next year, Elegant Steps will mark 30 years in the community under Bailey's leadership. The COVID-19 pandemic that began here in the spring of 2020 has certainly had an impact on the small family-owned business. But Karen said they were able to adapt to public health protocols while continuing to service clients. Under the circumstances, staff numbers shifted from 11 previous to the pandemic to 6 currently. At the onset of the pandemic, she wondered how they were going to reach customers to ensure the business would survive. She quickly transitioned her store to an online marketplace and ramped up social media presence, which customers embraced. Bailey said there were many days during the pandemic she was out delivering packages to customers. She was pleased to offer this personal touch as she considers each of them friends. She said there are generations of families that come to the store, not just to shop, but to visit. She loves the relationship with her customers, which makes every day an enjoyable one. Her advice for new entrepreneurs is to get help for all aspects of your business and do it early on. You can't afford not to do it. Adding, there are many resources available to assist new businesses. Her other piece of advice, one she has demonstrated in a great way, is to get on boards and be involved in your community. Make connection. That goes a long way. Bailey is a firm believer in supporting local and has always made giving back to her community a priority. With the exception of 2020, she hosted 4 fashion shows a year with the proceeds going to local charities. Some of the past recipients were Colchester East Kent Hospital Foundation, Third Place Transition House, Maggie's Place, ALS Society of Canada, MS Society of Canada, Alzheimer's Society of Canada, Colchester Community Workshops, Colchester East Kent Hospice Society, and Canadian Mental Health Association. Despite the pandemic, Bailey wanted to continue to offer support to her community and held a virtual fashion show in the fall, raising $5,000 for Grow Hope Nova Scotia by donating a percentage of the sales. They recently hosted a spring show in support of the community transition unit at the Colchester East Kent Hospital. The store also recently held a social media like and share on Facebook in support of the Rotary's We Rise Again event. For the past 4 years, Bailey has also coordinated a drop-off program providing hundreds of coats to people in need and has donated clothing to the NSCC Student Clothing Room. She is a past president and former board member of the Downtown Truro Partnership, funder of the Truro Colchester Partnership for Economic Prosperity, vice president of the Truro and Colchester Chamber of Commerce, Future Works board member, member of the Colchester Investment Committee for CBDC Noble, member of the Women in Wellness Committee, past member of 100 Women Who Care Truro, co-founder of 100 Women Who Care Pictou County, along with serving on other community committees. Tonight, the Truro and Colchester Chamber of Commerce is pleased to honor Karen Bailey of Elegant Steps with the BDC Business Person of the Year Award. Thank you.
Thank you, Michelle, from the BDC. We appreciate your support for all that you do for our community as well. Thanks to the Chamber for this very lovely honor. There's so many people out there who do things for this community, and I'm honored to be in this community because we all help each other, and I think that's a great thing, and how lucky we are and how blessed we are to have that in our lives. I would like to thank, of course, my family, my 3 sisters who are probably my biggest supporters, and our customers for all their support as well. Thank you to the Chamber for the recognition. It's much appreciated. And honestly, big, huge thank you to my staff, because without them, I wouldn't be able to do what I can do. So thank you again, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Well, and congratulations, Karen, on a well-deserved reward and a very impressive resume of giving back to this community. I would now like to invite George Oberpreeler, Chief Executive Officer of the Credit Union in Truro, to present our next award for business excellence. George.
The Community Credit Union Business Excellence Award recognizes a business that has exhibited visionary leadership, achieving growth by introducing new products or ideas, expansion or exportation of goods or services, and valuing employees and safety in the workplace. The business is actively involved in the community through fundraising and partnerships in support of organizations or individuals working to better the community. It establishes partnership and supports the local businesses community with leadership while actively looking to the future, focused on long-term results and job creation. These qualities are exemplified by Carter's Limited Payments, which clear to see with its outstanding leadership and longevity in our community. The Truro-based family-owned company has a colorful past, supplying paint to the local market over 131 years, spanning 5 generations. Originally founded by William Porter Carter in 1890 as Carter Painting and Decorating, the customers could purchase their own paint or hire William and a crew of workers to apply it. The Carter family continued to expand their offerings to customers when in 1932, the founder's son Alvin Carter took over the business and added a gift shop. Along with building their reputation as a quality paint store, they sold china, did picture framing, wallpapering, and supplied custom drapery and blinds. The business continues to offer drapery service today. In 1970, Doug Carter was the 3rd generation to take the helm of the business. Carter, former mayor of the town of Truro, handed the reins of the business to his son Mark in the late 1980s, but continued to work at the paint supply store until January 2013. Mark launched the wholesale business Paint Sundry Atlantic in 1989 that sells paint sundries to other paint stores in Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, PEI, and Newfoundland. Today, Mark is joined at the family business with his son Jeremy, the 5th generation. The more than century of successful operations is attributed to a combination of customer service, and community support. Taking a step back in time, the business was originally located in downtown Truro at the corner of Walker Street and Prince Street. It expanded to a new location, the Truro Industrial Park, in 2000, including a warehouse of more than 1,900 different painting supplies distributed to stores across Atlantic Canada. Adapting to changing consumer demand has added to the resilience of the business. One of the biggest changes the painting industry faced was the introduction to vinyl siding in the late 1950s, which continued to gain popularity with homeowners. However, the introduction of new product lines, popularity of decks and homes created new revenue streams. New technologies, new equipment, new product lines, and a newly launched e-commerce capable website built as part of the Chamber e-commerce project have all contributed to the business success. In the early years, customers could select a shade from about 100 tints, and now the business offered more than 5,000 different colors and 50 lines of paint. The family members and employees support the community by donating to several fundraisers during the years. The Colchester East Hands Hospital Foundation, as well as donating several gallons of paint to the new food bank. Tonight, the Truro and Colchester Chamber of Commerce is pleased to honor Carter's Paints with the 2021 Community Credit Union Business Excellence Award. We ask Chamber and Carter, on behalf of the Carter family, to come forward to receive this award.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks to Chamber of Commerce and the Credit Union for the award, and thanks to everyone supporting us over the past year. It's been tough, but luckily everyone seems to be making it through it, so hopefully have another good year.
And thank you very much. We are so pleased that we were able to present the Business Excellence Award to one of Truro's oldest businesses and at Carter's Paints. And thank you very much again. We're now going to do our draw, folks, for the door prize. So everyone get ready to unmute. You must be present when we do the door prize and be here when your name is called. So I'm going to remask here and ask Sherry to come over with the ballots. Give them a little stir. Everybody getting excited? And I have in my hand Wendy DeVille. Come down. Here's the next contestant.
We have to hear from her.
Can we hear you, Wendy? You have to sing.
She's here. Tell her to unmute.
If you're out there, Wendy, unmute your computer.
Did I work?
Yes.
Yes. See, trying to claim a prize in a pandemic. There you go. Congratulations.
Yay.
Here's, no, it doesn't show up real well, but here's the basket that goes along with that door prize.
Oh, wonderful.
And congratulations.
Great. Thank you.
Wonderful. And I am all done here now, folks. I'm going to turn it back over to our president, Matthew Mousman, for some closing comments. Thank you for being here with us this evening.
Congratulations, Wendy. Thank you for attending, and congratulations once again. And to everyone, on behalf of the Truro Colchester Chamber of Commerce, I would like to say a sincere thank you to the Chamber staff for pulling off this virtual wonderful gala we had this evening. And we can only hope that next year we can be back in person for our gala, which would be our 132nd year. Although I do think that we said that a year ago that we would be able to try to do it in person, and still here we are. But we'll see what 2022 can bring us for our gala. A thank you to our executive and our board directors. And I certainly could not be president of our chamber without your support and community knowledge and willingness to help support local business in Colchester. And we are truly grateful for the support and partnership with our sponsors, once again, Wilson's Heating, Community Credit Union, BDC, Truro Colchester Partnership for Economic Prosperity and the Northern Connector, Masstown Butcher Shop, Masstown Creamery, Aero Drone Visuals, Fox Harbor Resort, and Explore Central. I thank everyone for attending this evening virtually. Be safe and well. Good evening.